Hi, welcome to Comic Picks by the Glick.
And I'm your host, Jason Glick.
And there's your host, Jason Glick.
Yeah.
How's it going, Jason?
That's going pretty good.
All right.
Those of you who are at home probably not noticed this. It's the first podcast we've done in a while because due to the magic of John being at conventions and stuff. Mm-hmm. So I hear conventions are so good that I probably want to go next year with them.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. As a matter of fact, according to them, you just got out of Comic-Con, sir. So
yes,
anyway.
That's right. Okay. But we're back now. It's and this is something I want to talk about for a while. And originally, I wanted to do this to time it with the movie, but then I found that the movie was coming out in December. What's this movie, you ask? It's the next Punisher movie. And while I don't have any, I'm basically as far as it goes, my love of the Punisher or any corporate-owned character extends as far as the person who's writing it goes. The guy who's been writing the Punisher for years, Garth Ennis, is one of my absolute favorite comic book writers. And God help it if he hasn't written one of the greatest runs of Punisher ever. I mean, it's not just me. It's everyone I've read says he's written one of the best runs ever. And it's more than any other Marvel comic. I look forward to a new volume of Garth Ennis Punisher more than any other series ever.
So some of my
any other series ever? God, what am I saying here, man? It's good stuff. It's not the best thing ever. God damn it! No, it's just really good. It's one of the few Marvel superhero characters I'd really go to the mat for and say, hey, you know what? Yeah, I know you like all your great art comic stuff, but no, Garth Ennis Punisher, this is good stuff. Read this shit.
I remember, I think it was in the 80s, Punisher was real popular.
Oh, yeah.
Real popular. So
very popular. Popular to the point of Marvel decided to give him 3 different series.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and basically, how many series characters do you know that can support 3 different series at the same time?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's right. Because basically, Punisher suffered to the point where he's basically overexposure, overkill. It's basically there's 2 damage Punisher coming out. Basically, everyone figured how many times do you have the Punisher to kill the same mafia type guys? You know, it's and basically that's basically to the end. What hastened the end of the character's popularity, right? They basically came to the point where they went and said, what kind of stuff we do with the Punisher? We show people who are influenced by him, and then that didn't work. And then basically Marvel went and said, well, what can we do now? Oh, I know. Let's make him into a character who hunts demons.
Wait. Now the original Punisher, if I'm not mistaken, was some kind of Vietnam vet.
Yeah.
Was he doing mercenary stuff or what?
Oh no, basically, the origin of the Punisher.
Yes.
For those of you who are unaware, is basically his family was killed in a nice peaceful day out to the park. He took his family there, and they were killed in a crossfire between various mob gangs. And so basically, when that happened, basically the Punisher swore to just kill any other evildoers, mafia type characters whatsoever. Basically, the bad guys, make sure this never happened to anyone else. Like it happened to him.
So was my premise totally off, or did they have to make a series like that?
No, that's basically right. That's basically sort of the basis of the Punisher. But basically, like I said, it's it got to the point where he got to be so popular and so overexposed that basically Marvel came with a new idea. Let's make him into a demon type character who kills demons.
Okay.
Yeah, it's that just doesn't work. I mean, it's and
so he's kind of like Hellboy.
Yeah, it was like Hellboy, only stupid.
Only stupid.
Yeah, it's
all right.
Basically you won't hear anyone say that the Punisher's demon killer incarnation was any good. Mm-hmm. Which then, once that direction turned out to be no good at all, Marvel decided, hey, you know what? We just need to give Punisher someone who knows and understands the basis of ultraviolence, someone who can do creative violence, who's really good at killing people and making it entertaining. Enter Garth Ennis and Steve Dillon, the creators of Preacher. Their series had just finished, and Marvel had said, hey, you know what? We don't know what the hell to do with the Punisher. We're going to give it to you guys. You guys know how to kill people really well. Here you go.
Start killing.
Yes. What we get is Welcome Back, Frank. 12-issue maxi series of the Punisher killing mafiosos in the best gloriously stupid way possible. I mean, his demon killing days are dressed basically in a sentence as Punisher's throwing a guy off a mafioso off the Statue of Liberty, saying the angels, they tell me to kill demons, and then I said, yeah, it didn't take. They showed me my family. They were happy in heaven. And they tossed me back to Earth. So now here I am killing bad guys again, and it works brilliantly. Well, brilliant in the sense that it's a great stupid action movie.
Gotcha.
And it's basically the Punisher going around killing the Nucci's, bunch of the worst mafiosos that New York has to offer. To the point where, like I said, he throws them off. You get to see him throwing them off the Statue of Liberty, tossing them in front of trains, running them over in his SUVs, beating up polar bears to have them to try and get the polar bears to kill them. I mean, it's like, and then they're just like bring out an M60 and just like wasting them all. It's great, great gloriously stupid stuff.
Senseless violence.
Senseless executed real well, because like, well, I'm a Garth Ennis completist. I'll buy just about anything the guy writes.
Sure.
To the point where it's like it varies in quality, but Ennis really knows how to pace a series, and with a 12-issue series, he gets the most out of every single issue. And while even though it's like most of it is based about Frank killing his way to the top of the Nucci family, he also gets a nice little subplot about a bunch of crazy vigilantes, which represent the worst interests of the Punisher. Like you got the crazy Father Hector, known as the Holy, who kills like all these bad people who've been confessing in his confessional. They got the Elite, who's been killing all these drug dealers and gangbangers who've been bringing down the tone of his high-class neighborhood. And then Mr. Payback, who's just been killing his way randomly through anyone who's like any corporate issue bad guy who's just like
the evil businessman type, right?
Right.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's great stuff, man. It's like, to be honest, like, this was recently reissued in Marvel's Premier Edition format, which is like basically the hardcover edition. Well, a cheap hardcover edition. It's like, I'd recommend that if you don't own this series already, it'd be worth buying in that edition.
Okay.
Yeah, it's great stuff. And after that, Garth Ennis also went on to write the regular Punisher series for about 6 volumes. And it's good, goofy stuff.
Right.
I mean, it's like you get to see him. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention is that in his original 12 issues, Garth Ennis also introduces the crazy, the horror, the great, scary, incredible like depravity of the character known as the Russian.
The Russian.
It's like he's basically like this crazy strong guy who basically the Nucci's hired to take out Frank, and Frank manages to kill him by tossing him pizza in his face, and then. Well, I'm not going to spoil it for you, but then, to be honest, like then he survives. Only problem is like when he was revived. Well, basically all the things they injected him with basically caused him to grow breasts, and now he's a transvestite. So, got this huge transvestite Russian killer coming after Frank in the first set of issues. Basically, like, and then Garth Ennis goes on to go more conventional territory as he kills more mafiosos. He encounters a reporter who wants to make his report on his stuff, and then also like he interacts with the rest of Marvel Universe in terms of like Spider-Man coming around. It's like rescuing him as the Russian throws him out the Empire State Building and saying, it's like, oh God, I saved the Punisher. God damn, what is wrong with me? And then also his encounter with Wolverine, where he basically it's basically like all the things you hate about Wolverine tossed into one like single incarnation of the character, and then which basically has the Punisher going around shooting him in the face, shooting him in the nuts, then rolling him over with a steamroller to the end, just because it's truly disrespectful to the character, but it's goddamn funny.
Yes.
Yeah, and then
it's kind of like a Tom and Jerry cartoon.
Exactly. That is a perfect description. It's basically like a lot of the stuff like that Ennis does with the character is basically tries a good Tom and Jerry cartoon, or even more specifically Looney Tunes.
Right.
It's just good, goofy fun.
Gotcha.
That it's incredibly violent, but it's like I said, I'd recommend it to just anyone who's got a good like non-PC sense of humor. Mm-hmm. That's probably the way that Ennis's Marvel Knights run of the series of his character that takes place in the Marvel Universe goes up until this climax in Confederacy of Dunces, where all the Marvel Universe characters he's made fun of, like Daredevil, Spider-Man, and Wolverine, team up to take him down and fail miserably. And basically Frank says, hey, if you're gonna stop me, you need to kill me, because otherwise It's like, I'm just going to keep on killing all these bastards who need to die. And it's good stuff. It's like the 6 volumes that comprise, and this is like regular Marvel Universe run, the Marvel Knights run, are the aforementioned Welcome Back, Frank, Army of One, Business as Usual, Full Auto, Streets of Laredo, and Confederacy of Dunces, which is the storyline about Wolverine, Spider-Man, Daredevil.
Right.
No guessing who the Confederacy of Dunces is.
Ha.
Then, around the time the movie came out with Thomas Jane and Howard and John Travolta, they relaunched the series under Marvel's mature readers imprint, Max, which basically the series became Punisher Max. Not because it's maximum entertainment or maximum violence,
Right?
Because now the Punisher can, now aside from just like killing all sorts of people, like Punisher can also say fuck as well.
What? But they didn't say like Punisher Extreme. I'm
No.
sorry.
Yeah, it's good, but this, basically, like Punisher Max is basically like they said, okay, Garth, you've done great stuff with Punisher. Okay, now I guess we want to see what you can do once we take the leash off you and show you. It's like, well, like what when you're not constrained by by having to introduce superheroes to every particular arc.
So have at it. Have at the universe. Just go.
Yes, and God damn it if Vez didn't pull off some of his best stuff in recent memory yet. His Punisher Max stuff is basically like the Punisher. It's basically an example of what does it take to be the Punisher. It's like when you're one guy fighting the war on crime. What kind of toll does it take on you? How does it affect the people around you? It's like, and how are these people who see you? What are they going to do in order to take advantage of you, try to help you out, or it's like be a part of your world? The answer is they're generally all going to die. Because Ennis has been writing this for a while, and it recently wrapped up with his final arc, Valley Forge. And goddamn, this is one of the series that I look forward to every time a new volume is released. Ennis just really knows how to pay. Like I said he knows how to pace a story, but with each of the Punisher Max series, they're generally already 6 to 7 issues in length, and he knows how to really make each issue. Each story arc work in a standard 6 issue length, and kind of he comes with the great idea for each arc. Like the first arc basically has him cutting ties with the Marvel Universe proper, as he winds up killing his former partner in crime, Microchip, the guy who basically supplying with all of his armory and strategies and tactics for a lot of his run, basically showing that you can't hang around the Punisher for too long. You hang around him for more than one arc, and you die. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's also good. It tells lots of good stories about just the trials of the Irish Americans in second arc, Kitchen Irish, which is a great dense arc that basically has lots of Irish American clans clashing against each other, and just all the kind they brought with them from the old lands. How it continues to affect them in the new one.
So this is modern times, though, right?
Yes,
is not
this is still present day,
okay.
And basically Frank is just you can tell he's an old guy. He's been fighting this time since the Vietnam era.
Right.
Yeah. I couldn't go into great detail about each volume, but let me just say the first volumes as they go are in the beginning, Kitchen Irish, Mother Russia, Up is Down, Black is White, Slavers. Let me say here. Bittercuda, Man of Stone, Widowmaker, Long Cold Dark, and the forthcoming Valley Forge.
Okay.
I could go into detail about each of these volumes, but let me just say that they're all great action tales that basically zero out any of the humor that you see. Well, most of the humor that you see in the Garth Ennis' regular Punisher run. But it works because it takes these things very seriously, and there's not a whole lot of gaps in logic that would cause you to go, wait, that doesn't make sense. But it's it's good example of taking things you will respect these because they are taken very seriously. I will say that the best volumes in this run are Kitchen Irish, because the clashes between each of the various Irish clans there are handled very well. The Slavers, which has Frank taking on a white slavery ring that has like one of the most bleakest and depressing endings I've seen, but manages to like be very true to the spirit of the story. It's like, and also Long, Cold, Dark, which I don't think I just mentioned, but it was very good because it's basically Long, Cold, Dark, the most recent trade paperback collection. Basically shows you what happens when the Punisher is given another chance, the possibility of another chance of being like the guy he was before he became the Punisher. What happens when you get a chance to become a father? Because basically the story involves one of his recurring enemies, Barracuda, getting his hands on the Punisher's kid, and then basically saying, "Well, hey, it's like here's your daughter." It's like, and if I'm gonna kill her in front of you. It's like just to show you how more badass than you I am. And as you can imagine, it's like it doesn't go well for Barracuda at all. But still, it's a great possible what if story. Like, what if the Punisher gets a chance to become the man he was before he was the Punisher? What kind of choices does he have to make? What happens? And those questions are answered extremely well, to the point where it's like you realize like, hey, this really is the only choice for him. It's like to become a father again would be a crime to whatever whatever children he had from this point on.
So it's kind of like he's trapped by fate, pretty much.
Exactly,
it's his destiny to be this person.
I mean, like corporate responsibility to Marvel aside, it's like he's pretty much like locked. The type of person he is, this is his fate. This is what he's going to be for the rest of his life.
Right.
Which is interesting because it's also addressed in a series of one-shots that Ennis did under the Max imprint, which are collected in from first to last. Which is it's a hardcover collection, soon to become softcover, which is also highly recommended, where you get 3 one-shots talking about like his first kill, it's like the time he killed the mobsters responsible for the death of his family, and the very last Punisher story. What happens when he's the Punisher at the end of the world? And let me tell you, it's like, what does the Punisher do at the end of the world? Well, he kills everyone. And you'll realize this, and you realize that's really the only end the Punisher could have had. Yeah. Additionally, he's like, and it's also written all additional Punisher stories under the Max imprint. One being Born, the story of his time in Vietnam, when he realized that, it's like killing is all he was good for, and that he made a deal with a certain someone in order to come back from Vietnam and then just to keep killing for the rest of the time. Additionally, he also wrote another miniseries, Barracuda, focusing on which has got to be one of the biggest and most almost offensive black African American stereotypes I've ever read. Because Barracuda, he's the biggest, scariest black man you will ever see. It's like in just about any medium. But it's what keeps him being truly offensive is that in his writing, Ennis goes like, yeah, he is a big, scary black African American stereotype. I'm going to run with that to the very end of it. And it's like, it's great because his Barracuda's miniseries basically tells him like, well, what happens when America tries to do its fun capitalist imperialistic stereotype, impose that upon like a Central American country in the modern day. And, well, it's like bad stuff happens. Bad stuff in a funny fashion. It's completely ridiculous, completely over the top, incredibly funny, and it also stars Christopher Walken.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
How does it star Christopher Walken?
Well, basically, casting various movie stars in certain comic books has been slightly commonplace in these days, depending on the artist. Ennis gets away with casting Christopher Walken in this role as a mafioso who basically hires Barracuda and then like watches as Barracuda screws him over. He gets away with this because he writes Christopher Walken's character in a way that Christopher Walken actually speaks. You look at this and think, hey, that actually does sound like Christopher Walken. It's so perfect. I mean, it's like it worked. You look at this and you think they ever made a movie out of this. They'd have to get Christopher Walken, or at least Jay Moore doing his absolute worst Christopher Walken impression to pull this particular role off. But it's great, goofy fun. Now, getting away from Garth Ennis for a second, Ennis's pursuit of Frank Castle in a much more realistic and serious setting also basically allowed Marvel to reintroduce the Punisher in another series into the actual Marvel universe. Because hey, now it's doing his own thing. Marvel has plenty of room to actually introduce a new Punisher series that allows them to interact with the Marvel Universe proper. And they did that in Punisher War Journal, written by Matt Fraction.
Okay.
Now, the first volume was launched out of Marvel's big Civil War crossover event.
Okay.
And to be honest, okay, I don't think it's bad. It's got a lot of good reviews, but to be honest, like Fraction does kind of like he's got a very idiosyncratic sense of humor. It's like he plays the Punisher dead straight with a very deadpan sense of humor. Like he'll go like I'm a Russell Johnson in this world. And no one understands who Russell Johnson is. He's the guy who played the professor in Gilligan's Island. It's like it's just good, just funny, really off kilter stuff like that.
Right.
And basically, like aside from killing like bad guys, Punisher also tasked with killing like supervillains as well. And like when you see him kill the Stilt Man in the first issue, just like shooting out like an RPG up against the guy, it's like in his crotch in his full Stilt Man outfit. It's like he goes like, "Wow, if I died right now, it'd be all worth it." It's funny stuff, but to be honest, like I look at this and I think, hey, Garth Ennis already did Funny Punisher, and to be honest, like yeah, yours isn't bad. I mean, it's like yeah, the art by Ariel Alvetti, it's in a hyper realistic. Let me talk about the art for a second.
All right.
Steve Dillon treated the art for most of Garth Ennis' Punisher run. Great job of like showing like great of emotion and like conveying the utter ridiculousness of a lot of this stuff. Ariel Alvetti, yeah, it's very much more realistic, but it's also has a heightened reality sense, in that there's a lot of detail to it, but it's also comes off kind of cartoonish as well, allows it to get away with it, and it's like it works pretty well. But generally, it's like I look at this and I think, yeah, it's like Funny Punisher. Well, Garth Ennis already did that period, and yours, well, that's okay. I mean, like the storyline basically has, it's like I said, it was launched out of Civil War. It basically has like Punisher teaming up with, shows you like Punisher like joining Captain America's band of rebel heroes, and then how that doesn't work as once Captain America considers teaming up with the supervillains to help take out Iron Man. Punisher goes, "No way, this ain't gonna happen. I'm gonna kill these bastards." And then Captain America goes, "Oh, no way, Frank." Bam. Yeah.
Okay.
And then you also like another little story like about the Punisher killing a bunch of supervillains who attend Stiltman's funeral. Now it's not bad. I mean, it's like I don't know. It's like it's good deadpan humor, but really the biggest strike against is that, well, you see, this storyline basically costs you like $15,
right?
5 issues of stuff,
right?
Only, it's not 5 issues of stuff. It's 4 issues of story plus the black and white version of issue 1. Now, goddamn Marvel, it's like, why you gotta do that shit, man? It's like you're charging me like $15 stuff for like 4 issues worth of actual story. I mean, it's like, I'm not an art person. The black and white version of issue 1 is nice, but god damn it, it's like I'd rather pay like maybe $14 or less for this kind of thing. I mean, it's like it's not worth it. I mean, I paid like 30 I got this for 30% off at a local comic shop, which is the only reason I considered to buy it.
Right.
But I don't know. Like I said, it's all right. I mean, if you want Punisher, like see how he interacts with the regular Marvel universe these days, I guess it'd be worth picking up. Otherwise, like I said, it's all the Punisher I like. It's always written by Garth Ennis,
right?
And it's, to be honest, while it's reached the end, it's the forthcoming Valley Forge storyline. Ennis has already said that he's teaming up with Steve Dillon again to do a Punisher Warzone series, which is basically going to put a cap on his Punisher run by going back to the good Looney Tunes, Tom and Jerry type stuff he used to do with Steve Dillon.
Good stuff.
So I'm looking forward to that once it's collected. And to be honest, if they put this forthcoming miniseries Punisher Warzone in hardcover, I honestly consider picking it up, because I figure it's like after all these years of doing serious Punisher, and this is a lot of good goofy Punisher stories saved up for this particular miniseries. Okay. And with that, like I said, even though the new Punisher movie is coming out till December, it's like, hey, check this out now. It's good stuff.
We'll get a chance to check out that Punisher when it comes out.
Indeed.
Okay. And with that, you're finished?
I'm out of here.
All right. We'll talk to you later on Comic Picks by the Glick.
Night.
Night.